Delay on this for a couple of days, but I just wanted to go ahead and open this box, make sure everything looks right. I see there's a wheel, tired up, there's a bag, so that's one nice thing. All right, here's one bag with the throttle, the power assist module. This should be the controller. Take a quick glance inside. Everything looks to be in order though. I have to do everything on camera nowadays, just for verification. So just a quick glancing at this one. I'm going to say there's the cable. All right, there's the throttle. There's the controller. There are the two brake levers. That is the controller for the handlebars. And that looks like everything is here. Everything is in order. So anyway, like I said, I just wanted to go ahead and get that opened up and checked out. I'm pretty excited of the change from this going from the beach cruiser to a regular mountain bike, and that mountain bike is the same frame as the Go-Go Best big e-bike I had purchased. So I'm getting pretty excited. A couple of more days to wait on that shipment, bicycle shipment. All right, the battery arrived today, and we're charging it right now. Like I said, this is that same battery that came off that GF 600. 13 mega amp, 48 volt. But anyway, we're charging that. It came with a charger. This was again $250. Oh, this is one of the things I was really excited about, that because the last people screwed me up, I got an owner's manual. And you know what? This thing took me step by step through every single thing, every wire that needed to be attached. Everything is in this book, up and including the programming of the identical controller that was with that other bike. So all those questions that I had about how to change it from miles per hour or from kilometers and all that stuff, well, there's all the answers, and that's all that other company had to do, is send me a little 13-page book. And then also some warranty paperwork in there too. So that just goes to show. Now, one of the things I wanted it to be just like the other bikes, where they were putting it in here, the battery, and it just so happens that that battery is 1/4 of an inch. In fact, it's right up here in this top. If it was pushed in 1/4 of an inch, in fact, I even thought about melting it to make it fit, but I said nah. But anyway, it just loses misfitting here by 1/4 of an inch. But I had already ordered a couple of bags. I had ordered a rack and a bag for that other bike. Now, considering that this bike already has a permanent rack, I didn't really want to do the battery and all the controller on the back because I wanted to keep the center of gravity very low. But hey, this is the way it's going to end up being, because this looks like the only way that I'm going to be able to make it all fit and make it look right. So instead of putting a controller down here in this area and that battery, it's all going to be on the back. There's a couple of bikes out here that's all the only way they do it. So it's almost like they were designed to do it. And what I'm going to do is I have the controllers in this one bag, and with all the wires, and then I'm going to put the battery on this side. You can see I already have the battery mount, and the battery wiring is already in there. So if I'm lucky, of course, that's the whole thing, I gotta always cross my fingers, but if I'm lucky, that battery's gonna fit right in there next to this. And I also put 2 inches worth of the foam that came inside the battery box for shipping. I put it in the bottom because actually my biggest concern about batteries that are mounted on the back, or controllers for that matter, is just vibration. But I'm pretty happy. The wheel went right on, no problemo. My only concern is if that wheel's on backwards, is it going to turn backwards? Which would mean I'd have to switch the whole thing. But and it's all tie wrapped in, so all the tie wraps of all the wiring and everything's already done. So hopefully this is the way it's supposed to be. That's the only thing that was missing in the instructions, were which side or which way that wheel goes. And there's actually not an arrow. You'd think that there would be a little arrow telling you which direction rotation is, but this is it. I have putting this initial charge on this battery, but I'll know this evening. I bought one of the fat butt seats, because I don't have a fat butt. I've got a bony, skinny bony butt, and I'm hoping that this seat might help. It didn't cost very much. But here's what the setup looks off the front. I went ahead and put my handy dandy mirror on there too. I felt I needed it when I was riding that electric one, but it came with these grips and these brake handles it came with. Now notice there's an electric wire coming off of that, plus you could put your regular cable on there if you had cantilever brakes. But you just pull that handle, it's just spring loaded, pull the handle, and it shuts electricity off to the motor. So it's not like a hard brake, but the front and the back are both wired that if you just touch that brake, it shuts the electricity off of the motor. So that's a nice little feature. And let's see if there's anything else I wanted to mention. Yeah, the front, the throttle grip. And then they were very specific in that owner's manual that if you didn't want this thing to go into 4th and 5th gear, which could run this up to possibly 37 miles an hour, to attach these 2 wires, and then that would govern it at 18. So that's interesting reading about 2 wires. I think it's in the manual for J and K. Attach J and K, and then it will not go into 4th and 5th gear. But anyway, we should be doing a test on this thing tonight. We'll know. I have a headlight, LED headlight on its way, but for now I'm going to just use this flashlight type headlight that somebody gave me. I had put these little lights on it from the back. They're rechargeable. So that's one of the nice things about that is the rechargeable lights. So you just plug them in like you would plug your phone in to charge them. And the battery has one of the little things that you can plug phones in. Right there is a little USB port. Over here is your charging port. Yeah, pretty excited, except it's raining out, so I'm not 100% stoked right this very minute, but getting pretty close. I think the next video might have to be a test drive. Okay, guys, later. another project work today. Let's see what we can do about this kickstand situation. Well, anyway, here's the finished product. I've got some wires that I didn't really get a chance to hide, but I've got another bicycle that I'm going to build. Got a mountain bike I'm going to go ahead and build. Now here's a quick glance into the bag. Battery and controller, all the wires are installed there. And one thing last night is I took a midnight ride last night for about an hour, and I came back and that controller was really warm to the touch, but I'm not sure how warm they're allowed to be. But anyway, that's the beach cruiser, 1,000 watts, 48 volts. All right, later.